Welcome back to UK Knowledge Guru. In today's video, we will discuss Scale Up Worker Visa. We will be discussing what is the cost for this visa, what is the eligibility requirement, and how to switch to this visa from student visa or graduate visa. So without wasting time, let's start. So let's understand what is Scale Up Worker Visa. A Scale Up Worker Visa allows you to come to the UK to do an eligible job for the fast growing UK businesses. That's why it is also known as Scale Up Business. Your UK employer must meet specific eligibility criteria to sponsor Scale Up workers. Now let's understand the eligibility for this visa. To qualify for Scale Up Worker Visa, you must have a confirmed job offer to work for an approved Scale Up business for at least 6 months. You have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer with information about the role you have been offered in the UK. Have a job offer to do a job that's on the list of eligible occupations. Be paid minimum salary in your new job. You need to know what is your 4-digit job occupation code. We will discuss job occupation code in a minute. You can get this from your employer or from your certificate of sponsorship. When you know your job occupation code, check the table for eligible occupations to see if it's eligible for this type of visa. So when we click on that link, we come to this page, Scale Up Going Rates for Eligible Occupation. This was updated 4th of April 2024. It clearly says over here, the annual salaries for these jobs are based on 37.5 working hours per week. If you go down, you have occupation code, examples of related job titles, annual going rate. So annual going rate is 54,700 for chief executive when the job occupation code is 41111. Like it says, you need 4-digit job occupation code. So this is the 4-digit job occupation code. 1121 production manager. You have operation manager, for example, and the salary should be 37,100. The minimum hourly rate has to be £19.33 per hour. If you go down, this is a long list. I'll put the link in the description so you can take a look as well if you need it. So for example, civil engineers, the job occupation code is 2121 and all these jobs comes in this. So site engineer as well. The salary has to be 35,300. So you can check your salaries according to this sheet. Now let's discuss the salary requirement. You'll need to be paid whichever is the highest out of two options. So number one, 36,300 per year. That's as per new rates. The ongoing rate for the type of the work you'll be doing. Each occupation code has its own annual going rate, which we just discussed. Approved UK employers. You must have a job offer from an approved UK employer. What do we mean by that? It means that they must have a sponsored license. Knowledge of English. You'll usually need to provide a certificate of English or proof of English language that you have. You can also provide your previous ECCTI certification, like if you get the equivalency, or if you can do IELTS or TOEFL, whatever you want. So it's known as SELT, S-E-L-T, passing a SELT secure English language test. How long you can stay? You can stay in the UK with Scale Up Worker Visa for 2 years. Many applicants think that after 2 years they have to leave. No, it's not the case. You can extend, and you can extend until you get the ILR. You can extend your visa as many as you like by 3 years as long as you meet the eligibility requirement. And after 5 years, you can apply for ILR, and after that, you can apply for the passport and you can become British citizen. How to apply? You must apply online. So we'll discuss this step by step. You can apply from outside the UK. Are you coming to the UK? You can also apply in the UK and extending your current visa. So for example, you have a graduate visa or a student visa and you wanted to switch to the Scale Up Worker Visa. You can also switch from different categories as well. If you want to change your employer during the first 6 months of working in your sponsored job, you must apply to update your visa. So let's understand how to apply from outside the UK. I'll put this link in the description. You come to this link and you go down over here. It says apply from outside the UK. When you click on that, it will take you to this page, apply from outside the UK. You must apply online for a Scale Up Worker Visa and providing your identity and providing supporting documents. So they will ask for the biometric, which you will get it done. You will create an account on it. So if I click apply now, it will take me to the page where it will ask me, where are you planning to live? So just now we'll select England, Scotland. Do you have a current e-passport? No. Select the country you wanted to do the biometric. So for example, we select UAE. When you click on that, you come to this page, apply for scale up work visa. Use this form from outside the UK. So when you're applying from outside the UK, you will use this form and it will give you all the requirements, all the details. You will click apply now and it will ask you to register an email address, create a password. So you will have option for start, application, documents, declaration, pay, further actions. Further actions is where you will select your biometric and where you will do the biometric, which date you will do it. So this is how you apply online from outside the UK. Now let's discuss from inside the UK. When we click from inside the UK, that means you are extending your visa. You are currently on graduate visa or a student visa and you're changing the visa. It will take you to this option, extend your visa. Extend your visa. If you go down, you can usually apply to extend a scale up worker visa if both of the following are true. So which one? So one is you have worked in the job on your certificate of sponsorship for at least 6 months. You met the earning requirement during the least half of your stay with the most recent visa. In that case, you can extend your visa and you go further. If you have any requirement, it's all explains over here, but we will discuss that in the video as well. Apply to extend your worker scale up worker visa. You click on this and it will take you to the same, but obviously it's a different link in a way that it's giving you the different requirement. So over here, it will take you apply to extend permission or switch to the scale up worker visa from inside the UK. So you must be switching from any one of the visa like student visa or graduate visa to this visa. Confirm the salary for the job is equal or exceed the following: 33,000 per year, £10.58 per hour, the going rate for the occupation code. So this is very important. Let's discuss further. Your partner and children can apply to join you or stay in the UK as your dependent if they are eligible. Documents you'll need to have your certificate of sponsorship reference number, which is very important. Make sure it's genuine, it's not scam. Proof of your English language, valid passport or other documents, nationality, your job titles, annual salary, your job occupation code, which we just discussed, the 4-digit job occupation code, the name of your employer and their sponsor license number. You will find that from the certificate of sponsorship. It's mentioned on it. How to extend your visa. You can usually apply to extend scale up worker visa if both of the followings are true. You have worked in the job for on your certificate of sponsorship for at least 6 months. You met the earning requirement. If they both are true, you do not need to get a new certificate of sponsorship from your employer in that case. Your partner or child's visa will not automatically extend if you extend yours. You have to apply again for them. You have to apply separately for them. It will be valid until its original end date. They can either apply at the same time or they can apply once, like you get the visa. Switch to this visa. You might be able to switch to scale up worker visa if you are already in the UK. As discussed, your partner and child will not automatically switch. Again, you have to apply for them once you get your visa. Who cannot apply to switch this visa? This is very important. Many applicants get confused with that. They apply and then they realize that they were not even eligible for that. So if you are on a visit visa, you cannot do that. On a short-term student visa, you cannot do that. On a parent-child student visa, on seasonal worker visa, on a domestic worker visa, on immigration bail because you were given permission to stay outside the immigration rule. Example, a compassionate grounds. You must leave the UK and apply for scale-up worker visa from abroad. So many people think that if they come on a short-term student visa for English language course or 6 months course and then they can do this. No, they can't. They have to leave and they have to come back again and they have to apply from outside the UK. Getting a decision. Once you have applied online, proved your identity and provided your document, you will usually get a decision within 3 weeks if you are outside the UK. If you are inside the UK, it may take 8 weeks. How much it cost? When you apply for a scale-up worker visa, you'll need to have enough money. Pay the fees, which is £822, the application fees, which you need to pay. The health surcharge is also £1,035 per year, which is also you need to pay. The company won't pay for it. You will pay that when you will be applying for this visa. Support yourself when you arrive in the UK. For that, you must have £1,270 available in your bank account for at least 28 days. This is how it works. So when you apply the visa, make sure you have enough money for yourself. If you adding extra person, they also need to have that money as well. You'll be told how much you need to pay when you apply.